to dance, and can we give a little background, Stanley and Dandy?
Well, my name is Stanley. I'm definitely not Dandy.
Oh, I don't know, man. You're kind of dandy.
Our names do rhyme a little bit. We had a little girl call us Standy, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a nice.
Really?
Both of them.
Yeah, right.
Combining
cute.
both our names together, yeah. So it's not too bad. We are creative people here from Phoenix. I've been living here for 20 years, so it's kind of cool. And I do music full time.
How long have you been performing?
Since I was 3 years old.
Because I feel like, how long have I been watching you guys? And
That's what we're trying to figure out.
because I know, when did you start playing at the Sanctuary?
Way before I met you, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. I mean, in the scene here in Phoenix, doing it full time, I've been doing it for like over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I met you guys about 10 years ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then before that, I was on the road. I used to play with different just talents, and I just would be a hired gun, just playing and just kind of traveling. So I didn't really dedicate to Phoenix until the last 10 years.
Until you met your beautiful bride.
So what are your favorite venues to perform at then? Do you like kind of like bigger ones, or do you like more intimate? What is your favorite kind of venue?
So it depends. I do a lot of acoustic solos. I do love Hermosa at Lons. That one's like probably one.
That's
of
where I just saw you.
Yeah, that's where we
At
connected.
Lanza Hermosa. That's where we just saw each
That's
other.
a cool
That's
venue.
that's a cool one.
Yeah.
I've been doing the Italian Daughter up north, and
Oh,
that's a
okay.
cool one
I love
too.
that.
Yeah, it's a cool restaurant. And then with the band, I got probably my favorite one has to be the Mim. Probably.
Oh,
That's
oh,
the best.
Oh, we
so
love the
you need the
Mim.
Mim.
We love the
Yeah.
Mim.
There's
Sticks
no
there.
better.
We love the
there's no
Mim.
better
Oh, my
room to
goodness.
play in.
Yeah.
And I know we have so much to talk about, but before people get before we get carried away, we want to talk about the most important thing is that you guys have an upcoming musical
Yes,
coming up.
that's right.
What is it
Greetings
called?
Musical.
Say it again.
Christmas Greetings Musical.
Okay, and is it something you guys put together entirely?
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
Okay.
she wrote the script, and
Yeah.
it's kind of based off of her imagination. That's literally in the script. It said based off of Dandy's imagination.
Yeah.
I love that. And people don't know that you are a professional dancer.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us some of the people you've danced with to incorporate all this dance into your musical.
Yeah. Well, I danced for a lot of artists when I lived in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got picked up to do off Broadway and Broadway. Headed to New York, and I got to be in musicals, and that's where my love for musicals began. And I said, I have to do it. Like, I mean, I kept dancing for a while, but I want to say like about 10 years ago, I had an itch, like, you know what, I need to grow, and I need to like learn from like everything. Even like my director, when I was performing in the first hip hop musical show, it was called Jam on the Groove. The director there, she was so cool, the producer too, and they took me under the wing and they showed me like, okay, if you really love this, like you have to come backstage and learn everything, like not just being in front of the stage,
Wonderful.
but you have to learn. And I did, and I loved it. Like I fell in love with everything, like from lights to sound to you name it, everything from wardrobe to everything. Like I didn't even know which one to pick. I was like, okay, I want to continue dancing, but I also want to get involved in everything else because I loved it so much. And so about, I want to say 10 years ago, I just started thinking like, you know what, I'm just gonna venture off and just do it. And I don't know where to begin, I don't know how, but I'm just gonna like just go for it. So I started writing, and then I started like getting like small invitations.
Well, writing what? Writing the lyrics?
Musicals and like little things, like, so they would call me from different places, like even churches, and they would say, hey, we're gonna have like a little pageant, can you come and do like 15, 20 minutes, an hour? Like it started with 50 minutes and then eventually grew and little did I know that was just like a training ground for me, and so I just started like learning a lot, and eventually like 2-3 years ago, I felt like, okay, I think I'm ready. Because honestly, like, when are you ready, right? Like
until you make yourself ready.
Right. So
Yes.
then I said, okay, that's it, no more, getting, because I can go on forever getting ready. So then I told Stan about it, and he's like, okay, babe, it sounds crazy, but let's do it,
And quick interjection. How long have you guys been together?
Married 15 years.
Yeah. Together,
Okay.
16.
Together 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I want you to keep going, but I want to say the way I met you was when he was performing. You'd be there dancing, and I was like,
God.
"Who is this chick that like, is such a great dancer?" And she's obviously like has a big crush on him. She'd be right in front and be dancing, and I didn't know she was the wife.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Everyone would tell us like, you guys flirt all the time. Like, really?
That's
Why
nice.
not? Why
That is
not?
nice.
Way to keep a marriage alive.
No,
buddy.
it's super
yeah,
cute.
I love
Yeah.
it.
And you know, her dancing is it's sexy. I mean, it is. I mean, I can't think of all the people you've performed for, but I know they're pretty big names out there, and it's the real like dancing, like you know those people.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, my background is hip hop, so
Yeah.
I started in the 80s, and I got to work
Wow.
with
Yes.
I
Oh,
got
yes.
to work with a lot of like the pioneers in hip hop.
Yeah.
We're talking about like Rocksteady crew from New York. We're talking
Yeah.
about LA, like Air Force crew. So like this both crews that were like fundamental in the whole hip hop culture, and eventually these are the crews that got together and formed that Jam on the Groove hip hop musical. And so it was really special because a lot of these kids grew up watching that. They got to see like, you know, the people that they got to see in Breaking or Beat Street and all this.
You do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
She does that kind of stuff. Like you want her to come to your show because like it's unreal the way she can dance.
Yeah, it's called popping. What I do,
Popping.
I love it. But you know, it's sister to breakdancing, pop locking, and all that good stuff. Yeah.
So will we see this in this Christmas
Yes,
musical?
definitely. I have to, of course.
I don't think there's a way to get out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's part of her like
Yeah.
identity.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
kind of
this-
cool is that
yeah.
even though the show is not really a hip hop in the sense of the music, the elements are there, and I think that she always has to bring it. She merges the two because it's a beautiful piece of art of dancing, and the kids we got, you know, dancing on it, like they're incredible what they do, and so it's like it's cool to marry both, like and to see it work. It works.
Right. What age range are you are in the show?
We have two. This year we have two. I believe they're 10 and 12.
Okay.
Yeah, the youngest ones.
The youngest, yeah.
And I think that last year we did just one, and it was Millie's. Millie is the main lead actress, and
What's the name of the character?
the main
That's
character,
great.
and she had
Erica
her
Cardenas
son.
is the character.
She had her son, and so we felt like we needed a little bit of more, like for her son to have that. Like a friend that he can like talk to and kind of show, you know, kids don't express the way that they express to the friends. They don't really tell their parents. So then we felt like, you know, we need to bring another character around his age group. And so we did. So we have two boys, and they're 10 and 12. And then the rest of them are like, I want to say
They
20,
range from
20 and up.
Okay.
Yeah,
20 to what?
to all the way to
Probably 40s, yeah.
No, and my mom, she's like the
Oh,
Your mom's in this?
my mom is
Stop it. Your mom is in this? That's
Yeah,
so sweet.
well, that's
Chet, are
how-
you going to cast me?
You didn't put her in one of your shows, bro?
I need to cast a crazy lady. That might be the first one I call.
That's it.
Thank you.
So what's the message of the show? What are you trying? What is your vision, and what are you trying to share?
So the brand is Millie. She loves Christmas cards, and you know, today we see everything so like digital, and everyone's sending like e-bites and everything's email, everything. And so I think we've lost that sense of like, you know, something that you can touch and like really like. I know that to me,
I want a physical thank you card.
Yeah.
I want a physical happy birthday
like,
card.
You thought about me, you wrote it, you send it to me, like that's meaningful, like that is really special. And so I think we've lost a little bit of that, and that's just me trying to like reconnect that, right? Like people to something, like to have something to hold to. And I think that's kind of where the Christmas side of it, you know, that I feel like we need that kind of inspiration. But then also Millie's a little bit like me, like it's a little bit of my story in there, and of course not everything, because I had to like add some stuff for, you know, dramatic purposes and stuff. But I think that, you know, it talks about a single mom and the struggles that she goes through with her son. And
You've never been single, Mom?
I was, yeah.
Oh, did you meet her with kids?
Yeah.
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 Oh, You have told me that. Sorry, I've
Yeah.
forgotten that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was 10.
He was
That's
10.
right.
Well, he was 10 when we started dating, and then
Oh, wow.
Her eyes light
He's
up
26
because you're a
now.
good dad.
He
Wonderful.
is. He
Wonderful.
is.
big shout out to Joy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so super
He's
cute.
an amazing son, too.
So, Chet, you can go with a gal that already has a kid. I'd
Okay,
approve.
good to know.
Just in case.
I know you were asking.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I wanted to
that's
ask,
super cute.
like, when did you know, basically, that you're ready to take that next step and go from, like, kind of the smaller production stuff you were doing to this
question.
big production
That's a
musical?
great one.
Well, yeah, because, like, the creative endeavors that we're in, when we make a song, basically, since it's just one artist and one piece of material, we can kind of say, like, oh, I think this is done even if there's some flaws. But when you're doing a musical, you're in charge of so many other people. It's so much more pressure, really. And so what have been some of the challenges of, like, going from the smaller production to the bigger one?
Great question.
Yeah.
Or do you already have a lot of experience because of your background in entertainment?
I think it helped.
Mhm.
Definitely it helped. But I think too, just me talking about it to my son and to Stan, it was a time where they're like, okay, enough talking. Now it's time for action. You know. So I was like, okay, that's it. They're holding me accountable, so I have to. There was no way around it.
But
And
you must have a
so-
script that you're really confident in. If you were like,
Mm-hmm.
I agree, this is time to do it.
Well,
So.
Good point.
Right. I think a little bit. It's my story in a sense. You know.
Ah.
I
Really?
Yeah.
So really, it's very personal, almost
is
autobiographical in a way.
Is it?
It is like I said, a little bit. It's Millie, it's me,
Uh-huh.
but and it shows the struggles, right?
Why
But
didn't
it
you just say
also-
Dandy? Why do we call it Millie?
Because I did
Names
want
have been changed to
Right.
protect the innocent.
Duh. Pure coincidental.
Yeah, definitely.
So it
But
seems
no-
like this is a concept that you had thought about and developed over a long period of time. Yes.
Mhm,
Okay.
definitely,
Cool.
yeah. Because it was gonna start off as a book,
Ah.
and so I
A
started.
book? That's not as fun as a musical.
I know, and I did write a
people like
book,
books.
but it was
Oh, I love books, but I want to see. I know how you dance.
right.
Yeah.
That's how I actually got to be closer with you guys because you were such a great dancer. And I was like, and then I started talking to you and I found out that you guys were together
Right.
because I was so impressed with her dancing
Yeah.
and your music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
You're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, and
That's
your
what it
music.
was.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute what you do in the corner. Thank you for that.
Dancing. Yeah, that's I got the same thing.
And I knew she liked him. She wasn't drinking. I do remember that now. You weren't drinking,
Yeah.
and she was right in front and just doing all this dance. I'm like, she must really like this guy.
She's trying to impress him or
She's
something.
sober. She's sober dancing.
What is going on?
Well, you know, and going back to what you're talking about, yeah, I think in something like this, in something creative, it's always growing. It's always like, you know, even the script from last year to now,
Yeah.
it's grown, it's changed, and I think the real answer is because we're crazy, and that's why we do. Honestly, because you have to be crazy sometimes to do something like this, and sometimes you're in a situation you're like, okay, you're dealing with a lot of people, but you're like, okay, if you know, a lot of people want to do stuff, and this is the same thing for any listeners that want to do anything in life. Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah. Gotta take that first step.
And if we're gonna fail, we're gonna fail. If we're not gonna fail, we don't know until you do it, right? I mean, same thing. I'm in music because I did it, and there was a lot of people who were scared, right? They're always scared about. It's not sure. Is that yeah? It's not. But you know what? It's what I want to do. It's what I know to do. I don't know how to do anything else.
And get better as you're doing it.
And
Right.
you do
You
get
learn,
better.
and you
There's a
grow.
lot of things we learned from last year.
And it's awesome creating because there's, even if it's not perfect, somebody's still gonna enjoy it.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you know, especially like
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Yes.
we're in Phoenix, right? Nobody thinks about the arts that much in Phoenix yet. I mean, and
I
there's-
know,
growing.
I think
There's
it's
so
growing.
many. There's so
I
I
many.
understand what you're saying.
Wait,
I know, but
okay,
there's so
hold
many
on. Stanley.
talented people, but
Stanley and Danny, you don't know this, but my mom's, our family's art gallery has won Best Art Gallery numerous times in the last 20 years, and this last year was another year.
wow,
And so I grew up with the arts, and I think the arts are really starting to really flourish here now.
right.
we're blooming.
Right.
Yes.
So but it takes people doing it.
Yes.
It takes
Yes.
also
Support
people
from others.
supporting each
Yes.
other and
Yes.
coming together. Because same thing. Like I know the music scene, right? So there's so many talent here.
Oh my God.
The thing is that a lot of
Yeah.
talent don't know each other,
Mhm.
right? And
And that's why we have to bring it together.
Right. So it's just that kind of
we
support
have
and
we
see-
have things here in Phoenix that no one has anywhere else in the world. You mentioned it earlier, MIM,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and artists from all over the world want to come and play at MIM because they've heard the reputation.
I don't think Chet knows
of the
about the
room.
MIM. Tell Chet about the MIM.
Musical Instrument Museum. I
He
know
knows
about.
about that concert hall.
What
there
does he not
is
know? I'm trying
amazing.
to stump it.
And we have a ballet company here, Ballet Arizona now, that is considered it's in the whole country.
Richard's sisters on the
In the
board.
whole country,
Oh,
their
that's so good.
Nutcracker is number 3.
That's amazing.
So I mean, we have a lot going on here. Now I've been here for 30 years. I've seen this really grow in Phoenix, and it's getting.
And do you
better
know how I
better.
met Richard? Richard offered me about
Seats
10
to the opera.
10 years ago. He said, "I have 2 seats to the opera. Would you like them? They're for tonight." And I said, "Absolutely."
That's amazing.
That's how we
that's
met.
it. Like knowing people that know what's happening in the scene
Mhm.
and supporting it, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of entertainment. People spend a lot of money in entertainment, and sometimes it's not even local,
Mhm.
right? And
True.
Often.
like often, right? So like support the local cats that are doing stuff,
Yes.
like, whether it's in art, whether it's in ballet, whether it's in music, whether it's in dance, whether like.
So, Junk the
and
band,
see-
Martin right here, speak about your band a little bit. Martin. He's got a band called Junk the Band, and his wife is in the band.
Yeah,
That's
he was-
awesome.
That's why I thought it was really
Awesome.
cute for you guys to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling us about it.
Well, we definitely are a band, but I will say that we go see music more often than we probably get together and play. And just like you were saying about going to support musicians, we just love live music. And I know all of us will go see a show and we all wish that we were up there, but we were really enjoying the folks that are up there. And I think that's what you're saying is important. It to get an amazing arts community or continue the arts in Phoenix, we need to get more and more people in. We need to get kids in who feel more comfortable. I'm working with a lot of adults. I do murder mysteries and improv theater and that kind of thing.
He's a love coach, a
And
life coach.
Working
In a
with
band. He's got a lot going on.
working with folks that maybe were theater kids and then went into banking, right? And they're trying to find that artistic self. I think we're going to see a lot more of that here in Phoenix.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
That really is awesome.
So for people that want to support the musical, where can they
good.
go
Yeah.
and
Yes,
buy
great.
tickets?
Speaking
and
of
get-
that,
Yeah.
Let's
When
not
is
wait till the
it
end
running?
in case somebody doesn't
Where
go
is
all
it
the way to the
running?
end of the show.
Right.
Good point.
Yeah, when is it running? Where is it running? And where can people buy tickets?
Who, what, where, when, or why?
For sure, at the Herberger Theater's website, they have it. It's running November 29th through December 1st. So it's just that weekend of Thanksgiving. I think is a
Nice.
perfect way to kick
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, good,
The
good.
holidays.
The holidays.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
If in the future, we would love to have a week-long running or 2 week
Yeah.
long running.
That's still an awesome
Still, the
venue though, to
Herberger,
do.
that's
Yeah,
a-
that's incredible.
That's a real professional venue.
Yes, it is because last year we had a lot of limitations. We were at the Kerr last year. We were super grateful, but we had a lot of limitations this year. We're in a proper theater venue
Yeah.
for
Oh,
this
that's
for this
perfect.
event, and I feel like
How much are tickets? Because we want to go.
yeah. How much are the tickets?
They
I
range
forget.
from 47
Yeah.
to from 38 to 47.
That's
How much are
very
front row? We
reasonable.
want front row.
Yeah.
We're going to go. There's going to be an in the green room night, and we don't want any
That'd be
discounts.
cool.
We want
That'd
to
be
purchase
We
our
wanna support.
tickets.
Oh, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 47 though.
Okay, so is there a way
Nice.
for us to get tickets all together? The in green.
Yeah, you can get
Okay.
them on the website of the Herberger Theater.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Perfect.
Herberger.com or
Yeah, it's
Okay.
already up there. Yeah.
Okay. We all have to go together.
The tickets are ready to go. We're gonna have a live band.
Stop it.
Live music.
Oh,
Live-
really?
Are you-
That's
are you-
cool.
Stan is
So
one
is
musical
it
director.
so is it adults? Is it all an adult band? Is it the kids in there too? Because like there's some amazing
question.
kid bands.
Oh
around,
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. No, as of now, no. They're all friends of mine.
Oh, good.
They're
good.
all amazing.
That's
musicians.
amazing.
Great
No.
musicians that we play together. And
Yeah, yeah.
We're all gonna be in the pit. Well,
And how many musicians do you have?
it's gonna be 6.
As
Okay.
of right now.
And what instruments?
Keys, bass, guitar. One of my friends does sax and
Mhm.
clarinet.
He does
and
everything.
flute, and he's my auxiliary guy. And then I'll be on bass and directing the
So
band.
did you write the music?
I wrote like 3 songs
Yeah,
in the
cool.
show,
Yeah.
and then
Wow.
she wrote a few other ones, and then we're
Nice.
doing a couple of covers.
Yeah.
So she wrote him and you wrote him.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah.
What a marriage made in heaven.
I love
Because
it.
I know you
Yeah.
guys always look so happy. What's the secret to working together and loving together?
Not getting each other's,
Not what?
nerve.
No, you know what? I feel that has helped. It like if we're working on our element and we're
Mhm.
doing what makes us happy, I think it helps.
Mhm.
I think that we're so busy doing, what we love that,
Mm-hmm.
when we do see each other, when we're together, we're happy. We're like excited about,
You're passionate about what you're doing.
yeah, supporting one another,
Mhm.
helping each other, and so I think that plays a big role, a big part.
Sure.
I think our biggest, we'd have to be transparent. The biggest struggle is when doing the stuff that we don't know, like marketing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the business side of it, because
Yeah.
we're so creative.
Yeah.
Because even the business, because even in my personal gig stuff, when I get hired for like corporate stuff, dealing with emails and invoices, that's
annoying.
taxes.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
annoying.
Yeah.
So that frustrates. So I think when we both have to work on that side of the business,
Yeah, yeah.
We
we're
both
like,
don't like it. We're like, "Ugh."
that's when we get more frustrated.
Yeah.
When we're being creative, I think is when we're the most, when everything flows.
So very
So
soon there'll be an
I-
assistant that'll take care of
I've,
that.
Yeah.
I've received
The
some
future, anybody
amazing
wants-
advice for that.
Yes.
Because I've started 10 businesses over the last 30 some odd years.
Oh yeah.
And
He's semi-retired.
there's many things that frustrate me like that, where there's certain parts of business that I'm amazing at, and then there's certain parts of business that really frustrate me. Hire people to do the things
Yeah.
that frustrate you.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. And I know it seems hard because it costs money to hire people, right? But I'm telling you, once you can take that off your plate, because it'll take you 10 times longer than it will them.
Mhm.
And so if you can pay them an hourly rate or, get a fractional CFO or something along those lines, it's worth its weight in gold, I can assure you.
Yeah.
I love that advice.
It'll
We're gonna
save
have
us headaches.
We're gonna have
for
to
sure.
get a school of business from
Well,
Mark.
what about your son?
He loves arts, of course, but
Mhm.
he's in his own. He's what would you say?
He's a software engineer
Yeah.
for Google. Has a company called Wing.
Yeah.
So he works for Google, but it's called Wing. It's a drone.
How old is he now?
That's really
Oh, nice.
impressive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He must be very smart.
He's a very
How old? Wait, hold on. How old is he now?
26.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he works for Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did he study
software engineer.
at ASU?
ISU, yeah.
Incredible.
First job at 14. Well,
We've never talked about what your son
No.
does. Okay.
at
Yeah.
14 years old.
He'd be like, "Why are you guys talking about me?"
I know. At 14 years old, Apple called me, and they had already emailed you, or I don't know what happened. Anyways, they called me and they're like, "Hey, I hope you know that your son, he did an app, and we want to like launch it, and we want to
He did
like."
a
so-
nap?
He did
He
it.
did an app.
Like an
An
application.
app.
Yeah.
Oh,
An
God.
An application
An
or
he
an
did
app?
an
application.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, sorry. I just didn't-
He
He
did
created
an
an
app.
app. Okay.
And so
Application.
we want to make sure that you're aware, and we need your signature because we can't just do it without your permission. He's underage. And I was like, what? So I was like, we were both talking about it. I'm like, did you know about it? He goes, well, he was mentioning that he wanted to do that.
But in order to put it on the App Store, you have to
Right.
be over
Yeah.
18 or have parental
Sure,
consent.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So long story short, he's been doing his own money since he's been 14
Been
years
making
old.
his own money.
Making
Really?
his own money.
Really?
Yeah, he.
So he was able to make money with this app.
Yeah.
What can you say what the
Well,
app is?
I don't know what it
You know
is.
what? I don't even know what it was. It was like a game.
It was like
it was like a gamer.
emojis.
Like a no, it wasn't that one. It was a gamer one.
Oh.
So he's
Well, they
done more
come
than
in.
one.
They do like a forum. Yeah, he's
So is he a gamer?
And so he was getting like Google AdSense, and he was started making money. So then like
That's so cool.
he was up for like getting a new laptop, and I was gonna buy him his laptop. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "You don't have to give me a laptop tomorrow. I'm gonna get it myself." I was like, "What?
What?
The heck? What is happening?" And then from there on, he's just been super independent.
Yeah, like
At what
That's
age did he?
amazing.
14.
I was like 14.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So cool.
16, he developed another one, and so
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And then he got a full scholarship. He went to school, ASU.
Yeah.
And now he's 26.
And now he's 26.
Yeah.
He's worked for Apple. He's worked for Google. Right now, and they're offering him like triple the amount in other big companies. And
Right, right.
Yeah,
He's
so
just, he's a very smart.
yeah. So
he's
just like
in
question him, I'm
another-
like, are you my son?
Well, I mean, the first time I ever did when we were just newly married, I never had a kid before. I went from 0 to 60.
Mm-hmm.
We had the first parent teacher conference, and I'm thinking, I was
I was not a good student. Like, you know, my discussions with my parents were always like, look, your son loves music so much that he doesn't do anything but music.
Mm-hmm.
That was just me.
Right.
I was the kid singing, drumming. So he doesn't pay attention. He doesn't even turn in his homework. If you just turn in his homework,
Right.
he'd pass. And my mom, my parents would be super frustrated. So I'm thinking I'm going to hear the worst. And maybe this kid is like, you know, because no one knows how they are until they speak to the teachers. And then the teachers is like mad as he was in 6th grade. And he was like, I just wanted to meet you guys because Joy's amazing. Like because we haven't hired our computer tech in 3 months because he's our school computer tech. I was like,
I'm like,
what?
where did I pick you guys?
And you had no idea.
He's saving the government money from a young age.
And we would have never known had they not told us. 'Cause
Oh,
he doesn't
that-
brag.
he does,
either.
yeah.
He
He's
never
been
has.
he's been hacking and you know all this
Oh,
So
stuff.
does
Probably
he
a
know
white
how to,
hacker,
does he do websites or what is it? What else does he do? with
No,
computers?
he doesn't do it. When he worked at Apple, he was in the website team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was his job. But everything you see, so all the software you see in coding, you don't really see the job he
No.
does. I mean, that's
So what
you know,
does he
even
do? I don't
he
understand
just
it.
you
Teach
can't.
me.
I can't teach you because I can't even tell you. But if
Well,
you
if he
see-
makes apps, then he writes code.
yeah,
So-
he's the guy behind it.
Yeah.
What
So-
does that mean?
So he can
It's a
literally
language.
build anything from a website to an app, anything that.
Yeah.
So when you are
It's the
creating an app or a
infrastructure.
website, you use code to create the directions for the program to act in a certain way. So he's good at that. So he can do.
Ooh.
There's a lot of applications though. You can build a website. You can build an app.
You do. Yeah, anything you see on screen, even
Wow.
let's say the computer we're seeing, everything you see moving, all that's because of a code. All
Someone
that's behind it.
coded that.
So
that can
you're
happen.
looking at the finished paint. So you're seeing the red, you're seeing all that. He codes whatever happens so it could look like that, it could function like that, it could work exactly to that.
That's
percent.
incredible.
And one little line of code, for example, when he was telling me, like in Google Ads, for example, if there's one line of code that goes wrong, that's millions of dollars that gets lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, because if one code goes wrong and the
Yeah.
ad doesn't work properly, it's millions of dollars that lose. And it probably only wasn't functional for like, he said like maybe 30 minutes or even less.
And he knows how to fix it?
Well, he has to, the team behind it has to find the code, that sometimes it's like one line of code that's off, has to be fixed. It's a lot, and we don't see it because the
So
normal,
he's a
us normies,
troubleshooter.
right?
And I bet that he's also could be really good at cybersecurity, which is a
Yeah.
huge
Correct.
market.
Yeah, we have a couple of friends that work in cybersecurity.
Well, why doesn't he do your cybersecurity?
I know, right?
Yeah, because they're really trying to hack on. They're really trying to hack on our-
The Russians are after our
But he
All
does-
right, I need more wine. That's funny.
This is good wine.
Oh, this is
It is very.
really
Okay, tell us what we're
Okay.
drinking, Richard.
Okay.
Richard is a professional wino.
Give me the bottle. Let me
Yeah.
show you. This is a really interesting story. So this is Zaccagnini. You might guess that it's Italian just from the name. See,
So good.
Il vino del Traceto.
Is it Burgundy?
Didn't I just say it was Italian?
Is that Burgundy?
Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. How long have you? Okay.
Okay.
So now this
So
is
you're acting like you've never drank wine
Montepulciano
before. Come on.
Okay. I don't
Abruzzo.
know.
Now Montepulciano is interesting because in this case it's the grape, and it's from Abruzzo, which is on the east coast, mid Italy, the east coast. And Montepulciano is also a town in Tuscany, where they make a very
Tuscany.
expensive wine called Montepulciano, right? But this is. So it's a grape and it's a town, so it's confusing. So this is
Montepulciano.
a really great. I was with a small distributor years ago that we were the first one to be distributing this wine, I think, in the country. Or it was small, and they've grown a lot. But see this little twig here. This
I
is
like
from
that.
this is from pruning the grapevines. So this is an actual little
that's
little piece of the
That's
vine.
ah.
And where this winery is, nearby, there is I want to say it's an orphanage, or it's a center, a home for troubled kids, or something of that nature. And they have the kids working to put these on here and
Oh, that's
attach
nice.
them.
Oh, that's so
right?
nice.
So it's all
That's
part. They,
really
it's really kind of a cool story.
So they're helping the children.
Yes.
Because we're here saving the planet.
One
One
show
show at a time.
One wine at a time.
Woo!
Yeah. And so
Cheers.
Cheers.
yeah, it's a cool wine. It's a lovely, lovely wine.
Do you guys have a toast?
I don't. I'll air cheer.
Lovely
Yeah.
wine.
That's it.
So Stanley, I noticed you brought a guitar, and I've
Yes.
heard
Yeah,
you're
let's hear a little
you're a musician.
Let's hear a little something. A little
Can you
something.
play a song that you wrote for your own musical?
Or
I could
just
do that, yeah.
Cool.
We'd like to hear something that you've written, an original, anything original,
All right.
anything original.
All right.
And Gabe, are you ready for this?
I'm gonna.
Do you need me to move?
No, you're fine. What
Grab
I'm
your
gonna do,
guitar.
though, no, we're gonna.
There you go.
I know.
I do need to find my lyrics because I don't know my own lyrics. That's the only thing.
So Martin.
Finally, someone who can appreciate
sings
what
in
I
his
go
band.
through. I can't remember.
So they
What
do
is
a lot
that?
of charity
Thank God for
events,
iPads.
I know.
and they just performed. Where did you,
You
guys
just made.
perform?
You just helped me out through so many traumas. You have no idea.
Oh, I go through this all the time.
What are you plugged into?
The
Oh, cool.
Here we go.
All right, so there's a part of the show where, because Millie is also Latina, so
Dandy.
which is Millie's the character in the show, and she has her cousin come and visit from Mexico, which he
Wonderful.
missed this year. And Mexico goes all out. Mexico does not just one day of festivities. It's days, and it's called a posada,
Sure.
and it's like and it goes through January.
Yeah.
So that's usually how they party. So I wrote a song kind of like showing how festive it can be, and so it's Spanish and English. So
Cool.
there you go.
Can we make sure he's in it?
Traemos fiesta, vamos a celebrar, cantando juntos todos para gozar. Share this moment with you all. Come and feel the love that we bring. It ain't about the things that you give. It ain't about the things that you receive. It's about the people that you're with. You will open up your heart and you will see. Caemos fiesta, vamos a celebrar, cantando juntos todos para gozar. We share this moment with you all. Come and feel the love that we bring. Los niños break piñatas all night while everybody's dancing from the start. You look up to the sky to see the light, and then begins the fireworks and sparks. I can see the magic of the night. I can see the eyes full of surprise. I can see the sparkles in their lives. What a beautiful Navidad. I can see the manger lifted high. All the neighbors gathering along, singing the Posada Christmas song. Oh, what a beautiful Navidad. Oh, Christmas fiesta. Oh, I wish I could be there now. Noche buena. I can only dream. Traemos fiesta, vamos a celebrar, cantando juntos todos para gozar. We share this moment with you all. Come and feel the love that we bring. Traemos fiesta, vamos a celebrar, cantando juntos todos para gozar. Come and join us on this song and let your heart be filled, happy filled, happy filled with love. Gocemos, come and feel the love that we bring.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so beautiful. Wow.
I could just hear
Wow.
that with the whole band and people
Oh,
singing,
yeah.
and several singers singing the
Yeah.
song, right?
Yeah.
As a production number.
But you
That
don't need
sounds
that. It was
great.
perfect just how it was. It was amazing.
All right,
Although
Was
I
that
am
what
gonna
you
have
wrote?
questions.
I have a musician question.
Okay.
How is your guitar tuned?
It's normal.
Normal?
Yeah, yeah.
So you were playing some notes differently than I've seen before.
We could talk. We talk.
All right, we're done.
Well, he's originally a bass player, so maybe that'll
still a
explain
bass
a little
player.
bit.
I'm
Yeah.
still a bass
I'm
player.
still-
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a bass player,
Yeah, yeah.
so I think a lot of his technique. I see a lot of like.
Well, that's what I'm
bass,
seeing, right? Because I see what you're. I thought I saw what you were doing, but you did it like very different than I do it, which is not.
So, what kind of guitar is that? Is it tailor-made?
There's a Martin.
That's a Martin.
A Martin. Okay. And
that was my first
Martin.
guitar.
Yeah. Well, so
okay.
this is technically my second acoustic. I had a Gibson and it broke at a gig.
No kidding.
I was doing a show up in Prescott for a smooth jazz artist.
Mm-hmm.
I play bass, so he hired me to play bass. But he likes the way I sing, so he's like, "Can you sing a couple of songs?" So I took my guitar,
Sure.
and it was last year in September, and so I was done with my number. I put it on those double stands, and I got my bass and we started playing it in the middle of the song. It went,
No.
it went right on the neck and it just broke. And that guitar had been with me for 10 years. That's the one you met me with.
Yes.
So this one I just got in September, and
So wait, a guitar can just break in half if
of course
it falls?
it's wood. Yeah.
Yeah, my performance guitar, same thing happened.
Yeah.
And but I got it fixed, and it's amazing.
I still haven't fixed it. And then a lot of people tell me the Gibson necks are the most sensitive. I should get it fixed, but I needed a guitar right away.
Right.
And so, I got this one because I do play almost every day. I'm performing. So
what would you consider
Well, I got a
to be
guy.
the top 3 guitars?
say it again.
What would you consider to be the top 3 guitars that you would want, like your dream guitars?
Oh, right. Well, so if we're talking guitars, I think acoustic. I think this Martin sounds really good. I like the Taylors.
It does sound really
The problem
good.
with Taylors is the electronics. That's the only part that I have an issue with.
Tell me.
I've heard that
Personally,
before.
just the preamp. I don't like their preamps and the way it's connected. It's just not my. This one, even the new Martins, I didn't really like the preamps. I got this one. This is a 2016, and I got it specifically because of the Fishman Aura preamp that it has on it. And when you plug it in, it sounds really, really good. It sounds good acoustically, but it sounds good when it's plugged in. And so that's why I got it. I like that it's not so bright or brittle.
It does. It sounds incredible.
Yeah. So it's a good guitar. So it took me a while to find this one, but
Now, did you guys write this song together?
this
Most
one I
this
wrote
one,
for the
yeah.
most part. I did. She helped me with a couple of lines.
gonna be
I had the ideas. The idea was already pretty much because I knew the script already, so I knew what we needed. What kind of songs we needed to do. So this one was like.
So when you're getting ready for the song, do you guys sit together and try to write the song, or you did something separate?
Yeah.
It varies, but this one he did.
I get ideas from like melodies while
Yeah.
I'm driving or I'm in the shower. I have voice notes. Right? Thank God for smartphones.
Yeah.
I can record it anywhere. Before I had to like wait till I got home and record it on the.
So you get an idea and then you have to
just had,
pull
like-
over and just do it?
No, just while I'm driving. Like,
No way. Really?
Yeah, so I was structuring the whole song with them. Like I come up with the melody first,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then the lyrics.
Okay, so
I go,
melodies
now I go,
first and then lyrics.
I'm I'm a melodic dude.
That's interesting.
So melody's always been first to me. I'm not really.
Because Chet, don't you always go with your lyrics first and then your melody?
No, it's totally random for me because sometimes with electronic music, the vocal will go right before the drop. So sometimes the vocal will inspire the melody or vice versa.
Yeah.
What about you, Martin?
But I usually
The
start
way-
with the melody actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
the way
okay,
that we
yeah.
write songs mostly, we kind of find a chord structure and a structure of 3 to 7 chords, and then as we're playing them, I usually improvise the lyrics based on what I'm feeling or hearing or the mood that it's setting, and so that's how a lot of ours, like got to go a long way. Yes is more fun. Protect Your Joy, those kind of songs were like really deep within me, and most of them were improvised, and then we kind of recorded and then wrote down what I said, and then went from there to write the song.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm gonna have to listen to your music.
I love,
so you
Where
guys-
can we find it? Where
it's
can you
amazing.
listen?
so
to
it's
it?
Yeah.
it's Junk the Band, all
Yes.
one word.
Junk the Band.
Yes is More Fun, all one word is our latest album. It's the easiest way to find it because when I started Junk the Band, I wasn't thinking people need to find us on the internets, and junk is not a great searchable term.
No, I love the name of your band. I think it's so cool.
It's
Junk.
appropriate, and so our albums are.
It would be like a band named Virus. I'm
Right,
searching for a
exactly. Yes,
virus.
or Norton.
Oh,
right?
that's true. But you know what? For my birthday, they gave me a junk T-shirt, and it's just like junk,
That's
Oh.
cool.
and it's got all this junk below it. It's a really
Well,
cool
we
T-shirt.
try to support
I love my
artists. I
t-shirt.
mean,
Thank
we
you.
love to have dancers. We had there's a group called Tap 24/7 that used to perform with us all the time, and they would be kind of our rhythm section. So we had tap dancers as the rhythm section, which is
That's so cool.
awesome.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it's just.
On a short pair of shorts on the back and say "junk in the trunk."
Well, it's funny. We just played at a kind of, what was that? What would you call that place? The Junk in the Trunk. It was like
it was a vintage. No. Let me finish. It was a vintage, basically a big swap meet.
Yeah, at
swap meet.
Westworld.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so they asked us to come play at Junk in the Trunk. So it was Junk in the Band and Junk in the Trunk, and then they had the
Yeah.
Junk Coffee.
Yeah.
So it was a whole
That's
theme. It was
great.
we had such a ball.
The whole night
Oh,
of junk.
but this is
the whole
funny.
night of Junk.
We had Mike DiDomenico on the show, which you guys need to meet because he's the Tempe Economic Development Director.
Mhm.
And the way we met him is he and
Oh, yeah.
I were at a restaurant at a bar sitting there, and he was sitting right next to me, and he was talking about his band, Junk the Band. And I said, you really need to get some T-shirts that say the Junks in the trunk. And I was making all these jokes, and he was listening to our talk. And then afterwards, he was like, "Wow, what is this Junk in the trunk?"
And now
I
he's
said,
been on
"This
the
is
show like what, 2 or 3 times?
3 times.
Yeah.
And he's,
Right.
and he's in charge of the Innings Festival. Have
Eavesdropping
you heard
pays
of,
off.
I know.
have
it
you heard of the
does.
Innings Festival?
The what?
Have you heard of
Innings
the Innings Festival?
No, what is that?
It's
What?
a massive show in Tempe, near Tempe Lakes. When we went with Chris with
You took me.
Kinga, right?
Yeah,
Sherry and I took
last
you,
year.
and we went. It was like Green Day.
And Chet went with you too.
Who else did we see? It was like
Oh my
bigger
God,
names,
everything.
but they did have some smaller bands like in the afternoon. I'm like, I would love to play in the
They
afternoon.
had Cannons last year. They had Cannons.
Did you
Cannons
play?
is one of my
Did you
favorite
play?
bands.
No, we've never played the festival level, but I will die into.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, bro.
But Chet plays the festival level, and
Not
yeah.
Innings. So Innings hasn't really done any electronic
Yeah,
artists
it's more
yet.
rock band.
They've
It's more
done.
rock band. But Chet plays
Well,
EDM.
Cannons is like a fusion of rock and electronic, so they're like the most electronic
M3F
style.
has
Do you guys
been
know Cannons?
a fusion lately
Yeah.
too.
In the last year, I've seen Cannons 3 times. The last 2 years, maybe 5 times.
Wow.
I love Cannons. Look up Cannons. They're one of my favorite bands.
a local
We'll have to
band?
hashtag
No,
Cannons.
Cannons
they're
and
huge.
Junk the Band.
Jump the band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Cannons.
amazing.
Check
And
the
we're
band.
gonna have to try to find the merch.
Let's do it.
So I was gonna ask, what is your target audience for the musical? It sounds like it's probably
Good
like
question.
a full family thing
It
because it's Christmas themed. I'm
It is a
guessing.
full family
Yeah.
thing.
I love that question.
Our favorite thing about making entertainment is not being one-sided,
Mhm.
and especially Christmas. Christmas is our favorite holiday, and
It's her favorite. It's my favorite too.
I mean, I've been listening to
Yeah.
Christmas music since
Oh, yeah.
April. Yeah, because that's how much she loves it, and we have too many Christmas trees at home.
And I know you're really into decorating for Christmas.
Yeah,
Because
and-
you've like showed me a lot of the Christmas decorations. She's
Right.
really into it.
yeah,
goes
she
all
had a
out.
YouTube channel and she was doing like
Yeah.
decoration, dandy
Yeah.
things with
Yes.
a Z, and
Yeah.
so the idea is to do something that everybody could enjoy. Everybody could come, from the youngest
All
to
ages.
the old. All ages, yeah.
Perfect.
Keep it full, fun, memorable. I mean, these are the seasons, and
Well,
Lord
anything
knows how
Christmas
many-
is for your
Because I was
family.
gonna say
Exactly.
earlier when you were talking about wanting more pointers for how to promote it and market it, because I know some of the kind of like tips for how to market shows. Instagram is way better to put ads on and promotion for if you're trying to get a young audience, and Facebook is way better for if you're trying to get like a full family audience.
yeah.
So you should definitely do a lot of targeted ads on Facebook, so you'll get a lot of families that are seeing it. So
I got a
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Thank you.
You got a guy. Yeah.
I came here to talk to you guys. I'm getting business education, which I love. Thank
Well,
you.
I've
Actually, just
marketing.
go to dinner with me or a happy hour at a couple of the places where I
promoting
like
on
to go.
social media is huge, though.
Is that true?
I've had
Richard?
some shows where I sold over 100 tickets because of the promotions that I ran on Instagram.
Yeah, Chet doesn't.
I
do
wouldn't
that.
recommend
Yeah.
Instagram though,
You
because
should
you guys
actually.
are going for more of a full family
Yeah.
No, you're not.
demographic.
You want everybody.
Yeah, we want everybody. I mean,
It
yeah,
is.
Instagram is what I
everybody.
recommend if you're trying to get like the 18 to 25 crowd. But
They do. They want that.
Sounds like their target demographic is a full family, so
Yeah.
Facebook would be the
I mean,
better place.
it should be everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's 18 to 20 somethings that love musicals.
Yeah, and they want to go on a date, and yeah,
Correct.
And
of
I
course.
was, also when I was writing it, I was trying to be relatable to
Mhm.
every age because of that. I didn't want people to think like, oh, but it's just for kids or it's just for adults. No, like I was trying to think of.
So it really is all ages then.
Yes,
That's
it
awesome.
is.
It really
Yeah.
is. But I love your advice, and I'm going to
Yes.
definitely consider that.
You guys
I
are
would
so
recommend
good.
it for
You
sure.
guys are so
Yeah,
good.
I mean, marketing is hard. No one
It's
teaches a
so
musician
hard.
to market.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
and that's
It's
why
absolutely true.
nowadays social media has really made it so easy to market. You don't have to hire a marketing team. All you have to do is get the right video that like showcases the musical and then put that on Facebook and promote it on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
And that will have more effect than a marketing team would.
Well, that's great advice. And my question to you is, each night, how many tickets are we trying to sell? I don't know how many seats are at Herberger.
The capacity, so we have Stage West, which is
Stage
at the
West,
Herberger.
yeah.
So and the capacity is about 325
325 a night.
a night.
And how many nights are we doing
It's
this?
4
5
shows. It's 3 days.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
one on Friday at 7 p.m., 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturday, November 20th.
So we need 1,200 of your best friends.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
4 p.m.
I can do it.
Yeah, so that's the target audience. And,
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, or one of my friends
Well,
can just
now,
buy for as a
Herberger
Christmas present
will
for their
also
company.
do some marketing for it, won't they?
so
it's-
we're
it's-
renting it. So we're renting it. So we're
okay.
more like a vendor now.
I
at this
see,
point,
I
you know,
see.
so it just depends. We are doing a festival of the arts every year. Herberger does.
So you
Festival
can
of the
rent it
Arts.
out?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
yeah.
This is our production. I mean, we're literally you're seeing
Yeah.
the two people that are putting this all together.
That's incredible.
Yeah, because
I love
like
it.
some of the shows that Herberger does, they co-produce it,
Right.
right? And so then they put their whole marketing team behind
Ah,
them.
got it.
Because we rented the place, you know, they don't know us. I mean, you know, and it's to be honest. And so like we're putting this together, so like everything has to be, you know, it's really, really like mom and pop kind of, you know, idea. Like we're doing it from the ground up.
But if you went on the Herberger website, you'd be listed there.
we are
as a-
there, yeah.
as a-
We
yeah,
there's a
yeah,
couple
there-
of marketing stuff that
Yeah.
we were able to get,
Yeah.
and you know, blasts and stuff that they, you know, they charge you for it, but you know,
Yeah.
you
Sure.
got to do it. So
So
we
then
do it.
so what's the next step? We do this 4 days and then what happens next? We do
Well,
it next year?
next year again, yeah.
I
That's
love
it. Well, the idea, she has a lot of musicals in her mind. The idea eventually
Oh, wow.
would be do stuff that we could do year round, right? But
Yeah.
Yes.
people got to start getting to know, you know,
Oh, yeah.
our company is called Electric Kingdom, so
Ooh.
getting to know what Electric Kingdom
I love
does
that.
and what we do.
Well, that's important. So electric.
Electric
Kingdom.
Kingdom. Yeah.
Electric Kingdom.
Entertainment. Yeah.
Well, all
That's
it takes
important.
is
Yeah.
somebody seeing one great show for them to be hooked and want to see your next show.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
all
yeah.
it takes.
And how many dancers are dancing besides you?
There's about 9 dancers.
Really?
Yeah, and we have everything. The cast is we have dancers, singers, and actors, and it's really cool. It's really cool. Like,
Is any of it canned music?
No, there's gonna be one song, probably the only one because that
does
was
that
gonna
mean?
be the only hip hop element to it,
Gotcha.
and that's the only one I'm keeping it like that.
All
Everything
right.
else is gonna be live.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
no,
wonderful.
I'm so not.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
with
it.
you.
I like
So would
it,
you say
know.
the biggest part is the music or the dance of it?
One day I'd like to have an
you know
orchestra. but-
Oh,
that's a good question because I love balance. I think it's so important.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think it's like you can't do one without the other. You know, it's like you have to. Everything.
Yes.
Is, you're marrying everything
Yes.
together. And I think it's so important. And then I'm a dancer. He's a musician. And I mean, it's just I had to.
Is your son in this?
No.
Well, yeah,
He's
yeah.
not in
I
it?
mean,
He's
it's-
helping
Sounds
it's
like
behind-
he's too smart.
Yeah. no
He's-
one's
but
too
he tried-
smart for
You're
music.
like, I'm going to be off saving the world or designing the next app.
No, he's not in the sense of being in a show. He doesn't like being on stage.
No.
But he could do your
But
marketing.
he helped us with like some of the visuals. He's helping us like anything behind the scene.
Oh,
But he's
yes.
like the first one to like even buy a ticket. He bought a ticket. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
going.
Stop it.
I was like, you don't have to. Because no, I want to.
He's
that's
he's
so
my
sweet.
number one motivator. Like he's always encouraging me.
It's
And-
interesting how
How cute.
there's a strong correlation between those people that are very, very computer smart. They don't like to get on stage with stuff. It's
No.
very rare that you'll have somebody that's like a computer genius like
Right.
that also loves getting on stage. I don't know why that is.
I don't know why either.
Yeah,
way.
but it's an interesting phenomenon. Because like I literally can't think
he's
of.
not hungry for attention.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
At
So
all.
we only have like 3 more minutes. So
Well, we got
in
more
this
than
3
that.
minutes, what do you want? Well, we have to stop at 53. So we have
All right,
about
4
3.5
more
minutes.
I think
yeah.
we need. I think we need a
So-
song.
Okay, let's do another song.
But wait, let's
Yeah.
first tell everybody Go buy tickets at the Herberger's website.
Mhm.
Christmas greetings musical.
Christmas Greetings musical. It's going to be Thanksgiving weekend, right?
Yes.
So when everybody has family in town, you
But
wanna
same
take
day.
them out to do
No, it's
something
not
fun.
Thanksgiving.
That's
It's November 29th,
Yes.
30th.
And December 1st.
And then December 1st.
And that's a
So
Thursday,
3
Friday,
shifts.
Saturday, Friday,
It's
Saturday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. 4 shows. On Saturday we have the matinee, which is at 4, and then at 7 o'clock at night.
Okay, and it's not sold out yet.
No,
you can
not
still
yet.
get tickets.
Yeah, you can still get tickets.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And we'll go to a song, and then we'll talk about your bucket list.
Sunday.
the last minute.
Well, the song's probably an end thing.
But we're saving the planet one
One
show at a time. One song at a time.
One song at a time. Please, yeah, come out if you can. You know, we'd love to see everybody's faces out there, and just check it out.
And what's the message of Christmas in your musical?
For me, and for us, I think it's ultimately family and friends for sure, and then on a personal level, Jesus and what he did.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Good
what
job.
he did. Yeah, for us.
I saw a yard sign. You know, everyone's got their yard signs, and so and someone said, "Vote for Jesus," and I was like, "That's great."
Yeah.
Man, that'd be so cool if he could be.
I know, right?
This one I wrote. It's called.
Thank you. Thank you,
thanks,
Gabe.
Gabe.
Thanks,
It's
Gabe.
called "I Can't Wait for the Greens."
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is the key for me because I wrote it for a woman's voice. Let's go to all right. There is no other season I can't wait to come back, even though I know it had its reasons. I can sit here and sing about things that I love, but at the end it comes down to just one. All the gifts and the wrappings can get us all wrapped in the cycle of generous work. And the tree and the lights and the latte nights can make us nostalgic at fault. But I can't wait for the greetings that come from a stamped card. I can't wait for the great memories that make me laugh, think, and pray. To think that someone took the time to think of me just blows my mind. It warms me up inside. I can't wait for the moment I get to hear from you. You're gonna have to come to the show when we hear the
All right.
Yeah.
Bucket list.
Yes.
What's on your bucket list?
What is on our bucket list? That's good.
Oh, there's a lot.
To get through the show.
What's on your bucket list? You got to give us at least one thing each until the next
I
time.
have one, a recent one, to go to Guadalajara, to go back to your birthplace.
Yes.
Guadalajara, Mexico, yeah. Together.
Yeah.
We've been, but
But not together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
adorable.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
And what about you? You got to have your own.
Same one.
No.
To
no.
become.
Hmm?
To become.
To become.
Yes.
What does that mean?
There's a long, well, you know, I feel like when you leave Earth, like
Mhm.
it would be awesome if you do what you're supposed to do, the calling, the purpose, and so that is like my ideal, like goal in life, like my bucket list, like
Yeah, leave
I
empty.
love it.
Leave empty.
empty.